We'll take a look at adding subtracted polynomials. So add it to your table of contents. And then you're going to make a tab. You're going to title it 2 lines, adding and subtracting, cut to the margin and cut down. Make sure you put a title on the top of the page. Now I'm going to start on the right hand side, but you start on the left. Always start your notebook on the left because you might need the space. I do it on the right and it all fits on the right, but you start on the left. Now we're going to look into adding and subtracting polynomials. So we know what they are now, just adding and subtracting. So 2 ways of doing this. First way, step 1 is going to be getting to the house. So we've actually done this before, you just didn't realize we were doing it. So we're going to come back to it. It's going to be a little more complicated. Step 2, color the like terms and don't forget the signs as well. Okay, so color the like terms and do not forget the signs as well. That's going to be very, very important in order for you not to get it wrong. Step 3, combine the like colors. And the reason I'm telling you to color them is so that you don't make a mistake. So combine the like colors. Number 4, write in standard form. And what that means is descending degree order. So in other words, if the exponent goes from highest to smallest. Or yeah, so it goes like 3, 2, 1 or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, so forth. Alright, so let's take a look at an example doing it this way first. So let's say that we had x squared plus 5x minus 4. And then we're adding 2x squared minus 11x plus 9. So this is our first question. Alright, so it tells us step 1 is to get into the house, and we all know how to get there. On the first parenthesis, there's nothing outside the house, so I'm just going to write it down, x squared plus 5x minus 4. On the second one, I'm getting in the house with a positive sign, so it doesn't change anything. It leaves everything just as it is, but again, I'm just showing you the concept. Alright, don't forget the signs as well when you're coloring. So I'm going to pick some colors. Everything with it squared, I'm going to color green. And don't forget the signs. Everything with just X, I'm coloring red. And numbers, I'm coloring blue. And so that's not really easy to see, combine the like colors. So you might think this is really kiddish, but I'm telling you, just do what I'm asking you to do and you won't get it wrong. Combine the like colors. And that's it. And write it, make sure it's going to, yeah, it is going 2, 1, and then 0. So you see the powers, it has to be in order. Let's take a look at one more example, then I'll show you the other way. Alright, so if you have 3x cubed minus 6x plus 3, and then minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 2. Now, again, get in the house. So the first one, there's nothing outside the house, so it's just like it is. The second one's a negative, so what happens when you multiply negative? It becomes negative. And then multiply that, that's going to become negative. Multiply that, that's going to become positive. Alright, then color in like terms, don't forget the signs. So cubed, I want to start with cubed. Color everything cubed orange. There's no other cube, that's it. Pick another color. I'm just going to go in order. Color everything squared. Is there another squared? Nope, no other squared. Alright, color everything with just an X. There you go. And all the numbers. There you go. Now you're just going to combine the like colors. So orange by itself, so 3x cubed. I'll do the red next. So negative 6x minus 5x. Tigers meet tigers, so negative 11x. Trojans meet Trojans, more Trojans, so they don't fight. And negative 2x squared is by itself. But it has to be in standard form in order. So it has to go with the exponents being in order. So you see how the exponents are going 3, 2, 1, and then nothing. So I'm crossing them off just to make sure I did not leave anything behind it. That's how you have to write it down. 3, 2, 1, nothing. In order, in decreasing value. Just checking if you're listening. Color in the O of the OR. Color in the O of the OR. Just checking if you're listening. And we're going to look at a second way to do it. And it's really not a second way to do it, but more of a second how you write it kind of thing. So looking at that, step 1, write the first polynomial, place in zeros where the term is missing. So where there's a term missing, I'll put a 0. And I'll explain what that is later. 2, get in the house and line up your answer under the corresponding term in the first polynomial, place in zeros as needed. Get in the house and line up your answer under the corresponding term in the first polynomial, placing zeros as needed. checking if you're listening, put a box around this number 2 right here. Put a box around the number 2 that we are writing right now. Put a box around it. Once you've done that, 3 is just going to be combine them. And last step, write in standard form. So you always write polynomials in standard form in decreasing order, in decreasing degree order. That means if 5 is the highest exponent, it has to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So let's take a look at an example in this one. So you say x squared is 5x minus 4 minus 2x squared minus 11x plus 9 in parentheses. Alright, so step 1 says write the polynomial placing the zeros where the term is missing. So write that down. So it's going to be x squared plus 5x minus 4. And you see it goes 2, 1, 0, so that's okay. Get in the house and put the answer underneath that one. So in order, lining up the x's exactly how this should be. So getting negative 2x squared goes under x squared, so negative 2x squared. In that one, positive 11x goes underneath the x. And the last one, negative and positive negative 9 goes underneath the number. So this one you didn't have to put zeros. So everything is lined up. Square root of the square is x with x, number with number. Then just go ahead and combine. So that's going to be Tigers win by 1. That's Trojans win by 16. Tigers win by 13. Write in standard form. It's already in standard form. This one is automatically in standard form before you even do anything. Alright, so let's take an example where you have to actually put zeros in there so that you know what I mean by place the zeros where needed. Alright, so number 2, 3x to the 4th power minus 2x squared plus 3 minus parentheses 2x cubed plus x squared plus 3x. So again, write the first polynomial, placing zeros where the term is missing. So you see how it goes 4, the exponent's 4, it has to go 3 next, but there's no 3, so I'm going to do 4, 0, 3. And then there's go 2, yep, and then either 1, but there's no 1, so put 0x, and then plus 3. That's what it means by placing zeros. Get in the house in the second one, put it underneath, and wherever it doesn't have, you put 0. So that's under x cubed, negative x squared, so that's under x squared. Last one, negative 3x, so that's under just the one with the x. Put zeros everywhere else, so 0x to the 4 and just 0. Okay, then combine. So Trojans meet nobody, Trojans. Tigers by themselves, so Tigers meet Tigers, more Tigers, so 3. Tigers by themselves and Trojans by themselves. And that's it. That's your answer. Write it in standard form. It's already going to be in standard form because you put in it in standard form in the beginning. But that's it. So pick the one you like and stick to it.
Jesus is so amazing. Yes, responsible for great things. Jesus is so amazing. Guess what? Working hard, trying to get money. So much drama always around me. I'm going up, so how could you down me? I wanna